The Iowa State Fair has been going on, and because we're approaching the 2024 Republican primary, it was a big moment for GOP candidates to go out there and, you know, do fair things, state fair things. And that's what we saw. And Donald Trump appeared, and I want to show you some clips of him at the Iowa State Fair as detached from reality, dangerous and deranged as you can imagine. In this case, he gets asked about possibly taking a plea deal. A whole lot of evidence against him in a lot of these cases. Will he want to eventually take a plea deal? And he says, that's a wise guy question, and then rants about who knows what.
If you take a plea deal, is there any Florida delegation have a message for your governor? Is there any chance you take a plea deal in Georgia?
We did nothing wrong. We don't ever take a plea deal. Yes, sir. We don't take plea deals. It's a wise guy question.
Are you going to change
it? Mr. Wise Guy. We don't take plea deals.
He's a wise guy. Why? That's an obvious question. Would you take a plea deal? We wouldn't take it, you wise guy.
Because I did nothing wrong. It's called election interference. You know what that is? Because these indictments are brought out by Biden.
He says, do you know what election interference is? Yeah, like what you're being accused of doing.
Who can't even put two sentences together. This is Joe Biden, because he can't win the election by himself. He can't win the election based on votes. So what they did is they got the Attorney General to do it. And then you see how stupid they acted.
No evidence Biden has at all been involved in this.
Yesterday, with the appointment of the special counsel. Call it special counsel. And what a crazy thing that was. And it's being laughed at all over the world. The fact is that...
The fact that David Weiss, a U.S. attorney that you appointed, and President Biden left in his position so that he could continue overseeing a case into Biden's son, going above and beyond to minimize any appearance of any wrongdoing imaginable because there's none there. And he has been given extra protections that Republicans requested. And now Republicans are saying it's horrible that he got those extra special counsel protections.
We have a country that's in serious trouble. We have a country that's in major decline. I don't mean decline, I mean major decline. And we're going to straighten it out.
Not decline, major decline. All right, so that's your first clip. I know my Trump impression, it's dying. I don't use it enough, so now it's falling apart. In the past, it was mediocre. Now it's falling beyond that. Major decline. There we go. Then there's this clip.
Hey, can you get that shot right there, maybe?
They like Trump, and I like
Do you plan to comply with the judge's order regarding the latest indictment?
We'll have to take a look at the order. The whole thing is a fake. It was put out by Biden. And they put it out because they can't win an election the fair way. It's all called election interference. Biden put it out because he can't win the fair way.
We'll watch the continuation of this clip in a moment, but you can tell he's shifting and trying to really repeat over and over. Biden's doing this. Biden sent Merrick Garland to do this. And again, there's no evidence of that. It seems like Biden has done everything possible to stay completely out of this. Doesn't even answer questions about it. Just completely keep me out of this. And that's what he should be doing. And right now, there's no evidence of impropriety whatsoever on the part of President Joe Biden when it comes to the prosecution of Donald Trump. But he wants to make that connection. So bad. So there, by the way, he got asked about following the judge's protective order, meaning restricting what he can and can't talk about when it comes to the case. Obviously, that's completely standard and not intimidating witnesses and stuff like that, as he's been doing. And he said, we'll have to look at it. Meaning no. Then you have this, and this kind of picks up where we left off.
And they put it out because they can't win an election the fair way. It's all called election interference. Biden put it out because he can't win the fair way. He's way down in the polls.
President Trump, did you intend to overturn the 2020 election?
You know the answer.
Oh my gosh. He gets asked, did you intend to overturn the election? He goes, you know the answer to that. Yeah, I guess we do. You did want to do the coup, didn't you? And then while we continue touring through the Iowa State Fair and Trump's visit there, we have him introducing Matt Gaetz, and Matt Gaetz perpetuating dangerous nonsense.
A man is very quiet, works behind the scenes very nicely. I love this.
I know the audio quality isn't the best, but I feel like y'all would still be interested in seeing this.
This guy. You know Matt Gaetz? You ever hear of Matt Gaetz?
Horrible
Very
sound.
special guy. Real talented guy, too. Mr. President, I cannot stand these people that are destroying our country, that are opening our borders, that are weaponizing our federal law enforcement against patriotic Americans who love this nation as we should.
I am not very fond in general of bootlicking. I don't like it. Keep your tongue off of people's boots, okay? Or booty smooching or whatever you want to call it. I don't like it. But especially when the person's right there, it's so uncomfortable. You're amazing. Everything that's being done to you is wrong. Give me a little kiss.
Should. We are having a great time at the fair. We love standing with you, but we know that only through force do we make any change in a corrupt town like Washington, D.C.
Only through force do we make any change in a corrupt town like D.C. That's what he said. Only through force. Dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. And that's the rhetoric that increasingly is prominent both with the GOP leaders and also with the followers online. And it's terrifying. And hopefully nothing bad will happen, but it seems far too likely because of the dangerous rhetoric of people like Matt Gaetz. Then you had, this is unrelated to Trump, but two Republicans get in an argument that was summarized, a little compilation was put together from MSNBC.
Pence had the choice to send the votes back to the state, which was the choice that he should have made, but he said he couldn't do it. He didn't do it because he's a coward.
Recount after recount showed it, mister. I've been a Republican my whole life. Yes, I agree with some of Trump's policies, but the guy does not belong back in the White House. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm one of the few. I'm one of the ones that's going to keep him out of there because, unfortunately,
You're not keeping him out
I've
of there.
never voted for a Democrat in my life. I had to vote for one last time. I voted for Biden. He's in there, and people like me are going to be the ones that are going to keep Trump out.
So there we go. Good job for that Republican for standing up for democracy in that conversation, and the other individual believing that Mike Pence could reject the results of the election is absurd. Think again, sir, about how you would feel if Kamala Harris, let's say in 2024, God forbid, Donald Trump won, and then his election was being certified. Would you really believe that Kamala Harris would have the authority to go, no, I don't think so, as she's on the opposing ticket? Yeah. All right. Then the last two things I want to show you from this was DeSantis walking around, and people, I love it because it's the monster he helped create, are chanting, "We love Trump," as he's trying to do his own thing.
Trump.
And there's no audio there, and we can't really tell what he's doing, but we can imagine it was as awkward as possible. Hi, hello everyone. I am here and you are here and we are looking at each other. Greetings. Salutations. And then one more clip. So you can just picture podcast listeners, DeSantis walking around and people chanting, "We love Trump." Unfortunate for him, but maybe he shouldn't have engaged in the very acceptance of Trump and Trumpism that allowed for this to be the case. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to be a part of what makes this show possible, plus get access to the full video version of the show hours before all the clips are able to be uploaded to the YouTube channel, plus get the bonus show on the weekends, you can do so by going to lukebeasleyshow.com/membership. That's lukebeasleyshow.com/membership, and there's a link in the description.